Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to a new year, 2025. I'm Owen Finch, and I'm here with...
AJ Talent, and hey, we got a lot done last year. We unfortunately didn't meet every goal, but honestly, we did better last year than we had in like every other year before it. So honestly, I can't complain too much.
Yeah, I was kind of like looking over the channel, and since I have the channel, I get like the summary and stuff of like what we did. Unfortunately, the summary just tells you about like how many followers you got, which it doesn't mention like, yeah, you were more productive this year. Like, it would be nice if they said that, because we haven't been doing very productive.
I mean,
But,
I know for a fact we were, because previous years we got like one video done every year, and then we fucking demolished that record. We got a lot done, so I'm happy with that.
yeah, I'm happy about it, kind of going over like a little review, it was kind of looking like a little bit we were going to get to that point, because we had a lot of stuff in our personal lives we've talked about before that kind of would have affected any other time, but for some reason we didn't let them like defeat us this time. Like, if there was ever a time we were going to just get one video done, this year would have been the year, because we had like a lot of stuff that would have kept us inactive. But I think, honestly, if you kind of look over the channel, it was really the fall that like made us very productive. I think it kind of worked in our favor because we both weren't working, and typically what happens is I host two YouTube channels. I made the mistake when I started my YouTube channel to just not make one. I made one of them like a wrestling name. So then I was like in my head thinking, well, it doesn't really make sense to me for me to post non-wrestling videos on my non-wrestling channel. And I didn't know how to change the name of my channel back then. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just make another channel. And yeah, then I made another channel after that. And then yeah, then this is just kind of stuck. And, typically it's not easy to manage two YouTube accounts because you're trying to, I don't do it with the same people and stuff. So you're trying to manage how to do it. And usually it's this channel that suffers because, I watch wrestling pretty regularly and things like that. But this year, selfishly, I'm kind of happy the wrestling channel suffered because this channel kind of deserves some love. I always kind of neglect this channel. I mean, I pretty much was getting neglected up until you had to step in and help me finish all the shows I wasn't finishing and everything like that. But
yeah,
I'm
glad we got so much done, and hopefully this year is even more productive. And we got a whole list of our goals, and honestly, I think our goals for this year are more reasonable than last year. I remember when we said we wanted to like finish Avatar, Danny and Ben by like the first quarter of last year. And I was like, maybe the first seasons. I don't think it's reasonable to think we're going to finish 3 seasons of Avatar, Danny, and Ben by like... And sure enough, we did not. We did not even get close.
Yeah, I think my thinking was, this was when we started doing videos like regular, like full-time again together. My thinking of that was probably, we do longer videos now, so like, I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, maybe this isn't going to happen. I will say this when it comes to stuff like that. We've kind of learned from last year that 3 episodes of each show, reviewing it in the same video, doesn't work. Because we've noticed this more so with Avatar, that we get burnt out by the 3rd Avatar video, because that happened with the episode where we met, is it Haru? We met Haru, and we did
in prison.
Yeah. We were doing pretty well like it within the first 2, but then we got very burnt out when we got to that episode, and the video went very long. So now that we do longer videos, and we know kind of our limits now, when we do like an episode of Avatar, Danny and Ben, I'll just say that it's just going to be 2 episodes typically, unless it's like a big episode type of thing. It'll be the one. Other things is why we also set those goals is, again, a lot of things changed in our personal lives that happen, and then it just kind of happens. But yeah, so kind of going through, I will say, I remember what I was going to say. A big goal I do have this year, I'm going to say this on my wrestling channel, is to actually manage both channels like well. Try to dedicate a couple times of the week where I do a wrestling video and I do this channel, because the reason I had so much time last year is I wasn't doing much with my wrestling channel except GM. So I'm going to try to manage both, and I hope I can do it well. It's not going to be easy, I don't think, just because life, and we're both working, and especially me when it comes to my end. So I'm hoping that I can get that stuff done. But yeah, let's kind of go over our list. We kind of really didn't talk about who's going to talk about what, so I guess we'll both just kind of take it turns and stuff.
Yeah, but we kind of did it tier list style, where basically tier 1 is like our main priority stuff, and like we have a goal to like have it done by a certain time of the year.
Yeah.
Tier 2 is to absolutely get it done, but like we're kind of more loosey on like when it'll get done. Kind of like, whether it gets done earlier in the year or later. We're not too picky on it. And tier 3 is kind of like we definitely want to get it done this year, but like if it just unfortunately doesn't fit into the schedule, then it is what it is. And it's kind of like we don't really need to finish it. Like it's like a lot of our movie picks are in tier 3, and it's kind of like if we just get to like one of those movies, I'm happy with that. But yeah, let's get into it.
I guess I'll start though with tier 1, because I know it's on the list first, but since it's going to be taking up most of January and February, I'll just mention it first. We're going to try to get caught up on Yellow Jackets. We did a really good job doing season 1 last fall, and we want to try to get further into it. We want to have one show at least that we sit down and reviewing as the show's airing and stuff like that. That was kind of a big goal of mine for this channel, because everything we do is not is either very old or not airing anymore. So I'd like to have one show that we're watching weekly, and we could kind of like be on the same length when it comes to like it's airing in real time and we both don't know what's happening. I mean, we're not really at that point yet, but you get my point.
Yeah, mainly every show has been like either one of us have seen it and the other hasn't, or like we've both seen it.
Right. So Yellow Jackets will be a fun thing for that, and we want to try to do Yellow Jackets first because the first episode of season 3 premieres Valentine's Day this year. We would like to try to get we would like to get through season 2 before then. The goal is for January to try to do episode 6. If we could get further, that'd be awesome. Because, again, we don't have a lot of time in February to do it. I wouldn't complain if, like, that week, like, the first episode, it was, like, a couple days afterwards or something. But I would like to do it because there's a certain video I want to do and stuff when it comes to that. I think it'd just be fun to kind of have a show we review once a week type of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the other one, it's your pick, actually. There's a reason we're doing Yellow Jackets and this show together, because it kind of worked out really weirdly.
Yeah. So Red vs. Blue, seasons 9 and 10, the Freelancer Saga. That works out really cool, because both Yellow Jackets and this section of Red vs. Blue do a past and present storyline, like jumping back and forth. So that'll be really cool to compare and contrast, like which show does what better, the strengths and weaknesses of both. Yeah, and of course we already got through the Recollection trilogy last year. I'm happy with that because we took a big break from Red vs. Blue.
Yeah. And
we finally got back into it last year. So our main goal is to get seasons 9 and 10 done, like in January, February timetable. And then getting to like the last really good sections of Red vs. Blue before it got shit is seasons 11, 12, and 13, the Chorus trilogy. Just sometime later in the year. Chorus trilogy is more like tier 2 or 3, where it's like, well, I want to get to it, but like, we don't have a set time. Maybe later in the year, like maybe like the summer or fall. But yeah, definitely look forward to seasons 9 and 10, this month or next month.
I'm excited about that. I've been itching. I'll admit I'm not as itching now as I was like right after we watched season 8, because we've had holidays and things like that. But I'm itching pretty heavily to get into season 9, because I'm really interested in the director and stuff.
Yeah, we've already, if you've already seen one of our last videos, we watched the season 9 trailer, and we saw the director. We didn't see his face, but we saw him like in the background, which was really cool.
And I'm mainly excited because, like I've talked about before, this will be interesting because I'm going to be watching season 2 of Yellow Jackets, and seasons 9 and 10 of LVB kind of differently than I typically would, because I'm not just going to be watching and review those shows. I'm going to be watching like to compare other shows along with it. So
I think we said we definitely want to do a video comparing Red vs. Blue and Yellow Jackets, and like which one has like kind of did that balancing act the best.
Yeah, like a
similarly. because we're almost there. We definitely want to do like the bitter reunions, Kevin 11 and Blue Spirit comparison at some point this year. I think we said.
Yeah, the biggest one is obviously that LVB Yellow Jackets comparison video, like a ranking type of thing, just because that's the big video. I know we should probably do predictions on season 3, but that video I think I'm more interested in just because, you know, Yellow Jackets, we're not that far into it, so like we only have 2 seasons right now to compare.
Right. Oh, good, because it's 2 seasons of Red versus Blue that do the past and present, and up to that point we'll have 2 seasons of Yellow Jackets.
Right. So this would be kind of.
So it's like a balance of like 2 and 2.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then yeah, the next thing is you know, we want to go back to doing what we wanted to do originally, not all year, but what we wanted to get it done in the first quarter of 2024, and that's Danny Phantom, Ben 10, and Avatar.
Yep.
Well, not completely. I kind of bullshitted, but I couldn't really think of another way to transition. But so the
That's why I mentioned the bitter reunions, Kevin 11, Blue Spirit. I was trying to give us a way to like transition.
Yeah, and I took that away from you. But
you took it away. No. But yeah, I think we're being a bit more reasonable with our goals. Because we're almost done with season 1 of Ben 10.
Yeah. And
we're like about halfway through Danny Phantom and Avatar. Well, maybe not half, maybe like a third of the way through. So yeah, our goal for this year is to do Danny Phantom season 2, finish the original Ben 10 because the seasons for Ben 10 are shorter.
Yeah.
And Avatar book 2. Are you there, Owen?
Oh yeah, this is really funny. It's still recording.
Owen, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello? I'm here. I was recording.
Okay, cool. I can't see you, and I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, so I had the opposite. You froze in mid-position, but we could still hear you, so it's gonna look really funny when this video comes out. They're just gonna be frozen in one position, but everything's still working fine on my end. But am I fine? Am I back now? Type of thing.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, okay, well I can see you now. But yeah, basically our goal is to get through the first seasons of where we are now and finish Avatar Book 2, Danny Phantom Season 2, and the original Ben 10, which, you know, the first 4 seasons. And alongside that, since Avatar Book 1 has some other adaptations, we have The Last Airbender movie by M. Night Shyamalan, which sucks. But you've never seen it, so that'll be fun.
Well, I haven't seen the whole thing. I always get a little further into it, like a couple seconds further into it every time. So
yeah. And recently, the Netflix, well, not recently, but like this sometime in 2024, the Netflix Avatar Last Airbender show came out, which adapted book 1. So that'll be really cool to kind of compare which one. Well, I mean, obviously the original did book 1 the best, like, but you know, kind of see how the other 2 adaptations did.
Yeah, going back to this, you know, I'm excited to do Ben 10. You know, I haven't seen the full. I've seen Ben 10, but I haven't. Again, this is the first time going back through and watching the full season from beginning to end, the full show really from beginning to end. I think I've seen the finale, but I haven't seen anything else like really before that much or anything like that. So that'll be fun.
And yeah, you know, hopefully 2026 we'll get to you know, Alien Force, which you've definitely seen a bit of that. And it'll be cool when we get to the end of the original Ben 10. We'll do Race Against Time, which is the live action movie that like you saw in bits and pieces because like my DVD was scratched.
So I haven't seen the full thing of that either.
Right.
And then, you know, Avatar I'm excited about. I'm especially excited hoping we can get through book 2 just because that's like that's the one too that like, you know, the episode order like exactly pretty much. So
yeah.
And I'm excited about that.
It works out great because season 2s of Avatar, Danny, and Ben are like the best.
Yeah. And then, you know, season 2, going up to season 2 of Danny, you know, there's a lot of Danny episodes. I've watched Danny a lot, and season 2 of Danny.
Oh, season 2 of Danny's awesome. You know, Ultimate Enemy, Reality Trip, the you know, Rainstorm, the clone episodes, and all that stuff. Season 2 is awesome in Danny, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I think I'm glad we're stopping there actually this year if we get to it, just because you that's like the best version. I don't really want to end it with like a whimper. With more so with Danny is what I'm talking about, because the last episode Danny's the best. So.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. So that was our goal to get, and even an Avatar book 2, I think is the best one.
And it's something I'll be clear when it comes to the Avatar stuff, because even though we're gonna go on and do like the M. Night Shyamalan movie and the the adaptation that they did back in 2024 with the live action, we're not gonna like stop like reviewing Avatar to go to that, because I think we talked about that last year. Like we'll still review the actual cartoon, the actual like the actual the original concept, and continue but we'll also do that alongside it. Maybe we'll do like a comparing video comparing that type of thing.
Yeah. So. And then kind of going back to our roots, because our like the first real videos we were doing together were Death Note and Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. Our plan is to get through season 1 of Better Call Saul this year, and to finally wrap up all the extra Death Note stuff that we like kind of started. So we've already done the 3 movie trilogy of Death Note, the shitty Netflix movie, and the sequel chapter. And our goal is to get through like the remaining stuff. We have that live action 10-episode show. We have the sequel to like the Japanese trilogy movie, and the pilot chapter. Just like all the little things that we wanted to get to. And of course, Better Call Saul speaks for itself. We've both seen the first season of that, so I'm looking forward to finally getting back into Better Call Saul.
And the main reason I wanted to do this too is it's 10 years after Better Call Saul actually came out, so that would be kind of cool to make one 10-year anniversary that we didn't make last year, so that'd be good. Yeah. And it would be 10 years. I think I told you this, you couldn't believe it. It'll be 10 years since we actually started Death Note, like reviewing it together, so it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so that'll work out good. Because I remember our goal, we wanted to get to the Death Note stuff last year because it was 5 years since we finished the show. But we didn't get to it. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to it this year.
This is more meaningful just because, it's 10 years versus 5 years. I think 10 years is more important.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it'll feel good to do Death Note and Breaking Bad stuff alongside each other again. Yeah, it's been a while.
And no guessing games.
Continuing on with Tier 1, we have the things we started like at the very end of 2024. We want to do all the Toy Story movies, do the original trilogy for Star Wars, the ones that started in the 70s, and do all the guessing games that we like said we wanted to do, but that we've only started. So I think we said like the Phineas and Ferb, the wrestling, all those guessing games.
Yeah, but
I can't see or hear you, so hopefully you're there.
I am here. I don't know how I don't know how I'm gonna tell you. It's a good thing this is just a channel update video, because this video's not coming out the greatest. We were rolling on fine until we hit the record button, and it seems like ever since we hit the record button, it's just been downhill. But I'm not we're already deep into this video. I'm not hitting the record button. So
no.
But
yeah. But anyway, do you hear me at least when I said that?
Yeah, I'll just say this now. I'll just kind of bounce off of you. Toy Story I want to do this year because 5 comes out next year, and I feel like knowing us, we're going to be really busy. I'd like to do all of them before 5 comes out, so I feel like doing it in 2025 will be good. We already did the first one too, so I feel like we'll just continue the trend. And Agent, I did talk. If we can fit it in, this will probably go into Tier 2 or 3. We'll try to do the Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
Yeah.
I think that came out after 2, so that'd be kind of a good time to start it.
Yeah, and from what I remember, that was a really good cartoon, so I really want to get into that. Yeah,
especially
and we can compare it to Lightyear, which sucked ass.
So that's what I'm saying. It'd be kind of good to watch that before Lightyear at some point. So
yeah,
and then going through Star Wars, we never got to the original.
Yeah, that really sucked because like they had the Christmas special, which is terrible. I was like, oh, I really want to do that. And then we didn't get to it, and I was like, oh, man. But I still want to do the Christmas festival. It just won't be, at the best time.
And I feel bad, because I think you're starting to think I don't really want to start Star Wars, which isn't true. Because, we did the guessing game, and then, we never did it. But then I started working, and then we were going to travel. I didn't want, I didn't want to do it. I think that video is going to be pretty long. I didn't want to do a big long video.
Yeah, probably. We haven't done a movie. Yeah. I agree. So. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to starting Star Wars. Hopefully we'll do that sometime in January. Because I love Star Wars, grew up on it. One of my favorite movies. So looking forward to it.
And then the guessing
Uh,
game.
and if you like the first three movies, maybe we'll do the prequels later in the year. But for now, we'll see how you like the first movie.
And then the guessing games, it's the same ones we've been planning on. I think we've talked about it off air, but I'll just say them real quick. The biggest thing we want to do is we want to have it reversed. We've only had it where AJ's done a guessing game. Well, I have to guess the things, but we haven't had the reverse yet. So ones we want to do is Walking Dead, because AJ, hasn't seen everything of Walking Dead. He knows bits, but not as much as, I do and stuff. We want to do Wizards of Waverly Place, because we're going to start that this year. And you know how it ends and stuff, but I don't think you didn't really watch the show like from beginning to end. So like it's kind of like with me and Ben 10, you're like what happens, but not.
Yeah, it's kind of just like I saw it in bits and pieces.
And then wrestling, that won't go on this channel. That'll go on my wrestling channel. But AJ's been doing GM with us, and he kind of watched wrestling a little bit and stuff, and like heard about it through me, but he doesn't know like a lot about wrestling. So that'll be fun. But
one guessing game I think will be fun on my end is Spider-Man, where a lot of it, it'll be guessing, but I think I'll do a section where I just bitch to Owen about like a lot of shit he doesn't understand.
I feel like I'll do good in that one though, mainly because I've seen the originals. Yeah. So
right. Well, we'll do like a movie guessing game, but like I'll also bitch about shit that happened in the like I already told Owen how so they had Spider-Man sell his marriage to the devil. And now he hasn't been married in fucking 20 years, and it's bullshit. Where I'll just complain about stupid shit like that.
One fun one I want to do, because AJ and I did like a Discord call one time where we just did this for hours, combining Riverdale and Goosebumps, and just naming off the wall scenarios.
Yes, yeah. Because we're definitely starting those movies and not those shows. And it's funny, after we talked about Riverdale, because it's been a while, I went back to watch a couple episodes, being like, is it as crazy as I thought it was? Yeah. It's pretty fucking nuts.
And Goosebumps is the reverse, where I'm like, wait a minute, there's a lot of it's not even the twist of the things that make it up. So you will be guessing the twist, because once the twist happens,
or it's makes no fucking sense. Yeah. So yeah, but that's in tier 2. But yeah, just to reiterate, tier 1, our main priorities are getting to Avatar Book 2, as well as the Last Airbender movie and the Netflix show. Danny Phantom Season 2, finishing the original Ben 10, including the Race Against Time and Secret of the Omnitrix movies. Better Call Saul Season 1, finishing our remaining Death Note stuff, which I made a list of that, so we'll get that out of the way. Catching up on Yellow Jackets, and getting through the RVB seasons 9 through 13, Toy Story movies, the Star Wars original trilogy, and all the guessing games we have planned. But now, going into tier 2...
Because I should have made this clear, we did the RVB. After we do 9 and 10, we're going to take a pretty long break from RVB, not as long as we did for the last one.
I already said that. We'll do the Course trilogy in summer or fall, we'll take a break from it.
Yeah, so... but yeah, going through tier 2, I guess I'll host this part. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff planned for tier 2. We're gonna get through Dragon Ball. We're gonna go the tournament arc, I guess. I probably should have had you post this part, but whatever. Season 2. We've started Dragon Ball. I've liked it so far. I've had a lot of fun watching it. Again, this is the same thing. I've seen bits of episodes. I think we're going to get to the parts that I've actually, seen and remember, because I've gone through, the list now and stuff and have seen it. So, we're going to get to, it's only, a couple episodes I remember, but, that Rock episode, we're going to get to, the milk.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it'll be fun, because you remember Krillin, you remember the Rock, you remember the milk delivery. And, that's all beginning of season 2, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
To, see what you remember and, if anything else popped in your head. Because you didn't even remember milk delivery, but then you saw the episode list on Crunchyroll, and you're like, oh hey, I remember that one.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
The biggest thing is I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure I remember we meet another character the next episode, because the title spoiled it. So.
Yeah. That'll be fun, and then I think that'll be kind of cool to see how you're feeling about the show. because season 1 and 2 are both like 13 episodes each, like they're pretty short, and then season 3 is like fucking 40 episodes. Like season 3 is really long. The Red Ribbon Army arc. So that'll be, I think, a good stopping point, and to kind of see how you feel about Dragon Ball. I think the first 2 movies of Dragon Ball came out around season 2, so maybe we'll also review those. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And then we'll go
But
through...
speaking of season 2, another show that we've started alongside Dragon Ball is Rick and Morty, which we also want to get to season 2 of that.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I'm pretty sure that's a good stopping point, because from what I remember, I don't remember exactly, but I think that's the episode that ends on the cliffhanger of him going to prison. So it'll be kind of fun, because obviously, I think we talked about this before. It seemed like they had a different plan than what ended up happening in season 3 for that. So that'd be fun to do. But like the first 2 seasons, I remember was pretty memorable. I don't remember if we get anything of Evil Morty in the first 2 seasons, or if that's like a season 3 thing. But I don't remember exactly. But you know.
Oh, I remember actually. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to doing it. Well, we started Rick and Morty. We've gone through a couple episodes, and we've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember season 3 has like the best episode of the show, but like overall, I didn't like season 3.
So I guess that is the episode when Evil Morty comes in, then, because you know, so.
Oh, but yeah. So Dragon Ball and Rick and Morty, we want to get to season 2 of that. Of course, you know that's our goal. But like, if we end up going past that goal, awesome. Like I remember for Dragon Ball, we were only going to do like the first episode in 2024, but we ended up getting episode 4.
Yeah, that was cool because we need short videos.
So, you know, like of course, you know, if we end up getting to like season 3 of Dragon Ball and Rick and Morty, awesome. You know, but like our goal is to get to the end of season 2 for those shows.
Yep. And then, you know, speaking of season 2 again, going back to that, we talked about guessing games, we talked about Walking Dead. We're gonna finally do it this year. We're gonna review Walking Dead. We've been talking about this, but then I think I've said this before. I was pretty sour on Walking Dead. Like when AJ and I first started doing videos together regularly, I was not really feeling it. I feel like now I've taken a long enough break from Walking Dead now at this point where I'm like, okay, I can come back to it now at this point. And I haven't seen like the early first 2 seasons in like 10 years, so this would be kind of fun to kind of go back and review it. You know,
well, it'll also be fun because we'll be starting something in Walking Dead that neither of us have seen, the comic books that started the show. That'd be cool. Because I'm familiar with the writer's other work, Invincible. So, you know, I like him as a writer, so I'm looking forward to seeing. And from what I've heard, the comics are better than the show. I mean, I don't know how true that is.
Right.
But it'll be cool to kind of, and, you know, for you who haven't seen the comics, it'll be cool to compare the show to, like, what they changed, what, you know. Because we know some things that are different, like the character Dale, or Daryl, whatever the fuck his name, the crossbow guy. He's not in the comics as far as we know. So that he's like original for the show.
Right. And I think we decided we're gonna watch the show first and then the comics, just because I don't want AJ to like, you know. I don't know exactly where the comics stop from the show, so it'd be kind of better to watch the show first.
So you'll kind of be the judge of like where we begin and end the comics. But our goal is to get through to season 2 of Walking Dead, and wherever that would be in the comics, you know, like wherever that stopping point is in the comic book.
Right. And then the next thing I'll talk about, it's been pretty much a staple of this channel since it first started. The first videos I did were SpongeBob videos. They're very cringe in hindsight, but you know, they happen. And we're gonna finally do something big. Would have made more sense to do this last year, but we just couldn't fit it in. We're gonna get up to the movie, the first original movie. I want to finally do that. We didn't do any SpongeBob last year, and we really should have, because it was like the 25th anniversary of SpongeBob, so we probably should have done more SpongeBob.
No, we did. We did the video with Liam.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. I think I uploaded it too, because you know, sometimes that happens. But
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure I uploaded that. Now I have to check, but I'll check later. But this is if planned. I did upload it. We did one video of SpongeBob. I think we did 2 actually, because I think we did 1 last year. But yeah, so we want to do SpongeBob. The other SpongeBob related things other than the movie is because AJ wasn't around when I was doing a good all of season 1 and a good bulk of season 2 is we're gonna do like a tier list, ranking seasons 1 and 2. We're gonna do a tier list style, just because I feel like if we actually make a ranking videos, yours will be different than mine, so we'll be repeating. So I think tier list is probably a better direction to go about it. So that way we don't repeat ourselves and type of thing. And that'll be fun, because I don't think you've watched early SpongeBob, and especially season 1 in like a long time, so that'll be kind of fun to go back.
Since I was a kid, yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And I mean, I love the movie. Like, the movie is legitimately, like, not even just like as a cartoon or like a kid show. Like, it is legitimately like a fucking an amazing movie. Well, it's also like I love road trip movies, and I shit you not, the SpongeBob movie is like such a fun road trip movie. You know, like it is a really fucking good movie.
I mean, I'm not ashamed. It's my favorite movie of all time, man, because, you know, so.
Completely fair. It's, I mean, I don't know where I would rank it. Probably top 20 for me.
Right, so. And, you know, I feel like it's a good stopping point of a SpongeBob, because a lot of people say that the show kind of dips after the movie comes out and stuff, so.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's our goal, to get to the SpongeBob movie, like, in the show. And a lot of season 2s for this year, because we're also planning to get through Family Guy season 2 for this year.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Again, we want to do a tier list for season 1, because I think AJ was.
Well, because it's funny, because I only did like one Family Guy review.
Right, so doing a tier list of season 1, I think would be good, and then going through season 2, I'm excited about that. I haven't seen season 2 in like years. I think like 10 years.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like going back to Family Guy. Like, 'cause I liked it a lot as a kid, but I feel like I'm in that Family, like how I am with Family Guy is how you used to be with Walking Dead, where you're kind of just like burned by the show.
Right.
So like maybe going back to like the earlier seasons of Family Guy will kind of like make me appreciate it. Because right now I'm kind of like, oh yeah, Family Guy exists, I guess.
And, you know, currently it's kind of in like a creative rut, because it's just been on for so long. So it'd be kind of good to watch.
Well, fuck it, it's been like that for a while. I kind of got burnt out with Family Guy when I was like 13.
Right. So yeah, we want to do season 2. That'd be good. And then, yeah, I'll let you talk about the next thing, because, you know, it's your thing.
So, these are my movie picks. We have a lot of movie picks in tier 3, which are kind of just like, if we get to them, we get to them. These are like my picks after we get to the Star Wars movies. So we got the Spider-Man trilogy by Sam Raimi in the early 2000s. You've seen all of those, but it's been a long time for you. It's been a long time for me, too. So I'm really looking forward to going back to those, because I love those movies. Those are really good Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I like them a lot too. I remember more 1 and 2, because I haven't seen 3 since I was 11. It's been a long time. But 1 and 2 I've seen when I was in like high school, because this is before like streaming. They were on YouTube, so I was able to watch them that way. So
yeah,
and they were in post, so if it was more bingey, because I could go and, if there was a scene I really liked or like a fight I really liked, I could just go and watch it that way. So
right, but you've only seen bits and pieces for a long time. Yeah. And my next trilogy pick, because we tend to pick a lot of like movie trilogies, is Mobile Suit Gundam from 1981, I think. That's an anime movie trilogy. I really wanted to do that one because alongside Star Wars, that was a really big thing for like sci-fi space movies. You know, like after Star Wars and Gundam, a lot of like people were making space movies. You know, so I kind of was like, you know what, if we're doing Star Wars, it'd be nice to do Gundam. Especially because I also have here, I would like to watch 3 anime this year. Because, you know, Owen hasn't seen a lot of anime, and I'm an anime fan, so it'd be nice to kind of see how you feel about some of them.
We've really neglected that, too, just because...
And honestly, in 2024, I really didn't watch a lot of anime. I think I watched, like, 2 shows, you know, two anime in 2024. So maybe it'll kind of get me back into, like, watching anime, because it's been a while.
Yes, and, you know, I haven't watched anime, and, you know, there's, like, a group thing that's, like, an anime club that I'm, like, I don't want to go to it, really, because, I'm gonna be a fish out of water, because I've only seen Death Note, the only anime, and I'm watching Dragon Ball right now. I think I'll be a fish out...
Don't forget.
Huh?
And Kisses, don't forget.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna mention that when I go there.
Yeah, you don't mention that one in public, yeah.
Oh, did we forgot Kiss? Oh, I know. I was gonna say, isn't Kiss this in tier
Well,
one?
I was just skipping ahead because I was talking about Gundam, and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I
Yeah.
also would like to do 3 anime.
I feel like you just didn't want to talk about Kiss this. So, but
No, it's in the list. It's in the list.
but anyhow,
Um,
but I would like to review more anime things because we really neglected that. And
I think we're I'd said like three as in like being vague. We haven't decided exactly, but I think our main picks are going to be Prison School because someone commented on one of our videos fucking like a million years ago. The guy probably fucking graduated school, got married, had a family. He's a grandfather now, and the time it's been. But
funny thing is too, it's not even we're never gonna be doing it on the same channel that he recommended us doing it on. We're going on completely different channels, which is funny.
yeah,
So,
yeah. We're gonna have to fucking go through our videos and fucking find out which video he even commented on.
right.
But yeah, we recommended Prison School, and I'm like, you know what, we should do that because I've seen bits of it, and it looks pretty funny to me. So I'm down to watch Prison School. It's pretty short too. It's only like 12 episodes.
That's on Crunchyroll too, right?
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. And well, as we found out on Crunchyroll, there's a live action version of Prison School. I didn't even realize that. I'm like, oh shit, there's a live action version of it too. Okay, maybe we'll check that out if we like the anime.
I think a good assumption to make is everything but Kiss Sis is on Crunchyroll anime wise. So
Yeah, I know, right? And speaking of also on Crunchyroll, Sword Art Online, you mentioned you want to start that one. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for Sword Art Online. I haven't seen that one since I was like 14, so I wonder how that one holds up.
yeah, and maybe I'll pick one. I don't know a lot, but I'll just pick a random one and go for it. There's a lot of
Yeah,
thought
well,
about.
that's why I was saying Sword Art Online was the one you mentioned. That's why I was saying
Yeah,
that one.
and then we can have a mutual one because I think. Well, actually, I think you should have one that you pick because I was thinking Prison School was the one you picked, but that's not even your pick. That's not even my pick. That's like
Right,
pick.
right.
So
I think you like horror movies, so I think I'll pick maybe one that's kind of like horror vibes.
sure, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's 3 anime. We're being kind of vague on exactly, but hopefully that'd be cool to get to. And a couple, one of your movie picks, the Shining movies. I know jack shit about the Shining, except here's Johnny. That's the only one I know.
Yeah, this movie is like one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's pretty much a classic. I like it a lot. Maybe read the book too. And compare and contrast the book, but we'll review the movie first, just because I saw the movie first. But I think it'd be fun to do this. I have the DVD and stuff, and I haven't seen it actually in like 5 years. And then I forget the name of it, but there's another movie. I think it's like Rome 103 or something that came out like right after it. So it's like a series type of thing. So I'd be interested.
I'll be frozen on my end, so hopefully.
I'm good. I'm good. So, yeah, but I want to do The Shining. And we have this written here, but we want to do some. I think you said this, but do some bad movies. I'll just kind of comment on it. The main reason we want to do bad movies, we didn't do anything except Kiss Sis that was really like bad this year. We kind of did all.
Oh yeah.
So.
And we already kind of mentioned it earlier, but like I really want to start Riverdale because man, that show is fucking crazy. And I just like watching bad shit in general. Like it's just fun.
Right.
We already mentioned the last Airbender movie. That one's gonna be a fucking time. One of my favorite videos we've done is the Netflix Death Note movie because man, that shit was a pile of ass.
Right.
Wasn't even a pile of shit. It was a pile of ass with shit on it. That's how shit it was.
I think a big thing is gonna be I feel like the Avatar one is gonna be better just because we both grew up on it. So, and I've avoided that movie for so long that Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
I end up liking it after all. Maybe it's all just in my head. You never know.
Yeah. I'd be surprised. I might have to disown you as a cousin.
I think you stopped doing videos with me if I like that movie. You would never do a video with me again.
I'd be like, okay, Owen. So did you get a lobotomy? Like, what's up? But yeah, 3 bad movies for me and 3 bad movies from you. Again, it'd be nice if we do more, but I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I picked GBF fucking 5 years ago. And we've never gotten to it.
Maybe this will be the year.
Yeah. And I guess on the train of batshit crazy stuff, I definitely want to start Riverdale. and you want to start Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Goosebumps isn't even bad. It's just we're kind of just jumping around the list.
Yeah. So Riverdale, you've got into very rants. You just rant about it randomly sometimes, so it'll be fun to. And it kind of sucks though. We won't get. I don't think we'll get. Even if we start it, we won't get to the point that you want to get to this year.
Yeah, because I mentioned like season one's pretty okay, and then like beginning season two was just fucking off the rails. Like the writers just snorted all the drugs they could find.
Right, so it'll be interesting. And then Goosebumps I want to do. I always liked Goosebumps. It's a nice nostalgia show. The main thing that's just crazy is just the twist that happened at the end. I think the twist will be really fun to talk about type of thing. Because it's just not going to make sense. So, and they're just really fun.
Yeah.
So,
alongside movie picks, I added this one like kind of last second. Batman Year One. That's a good movie. Because I mentioned I would like to start Batman this year. And I was like, we mentioned the cartoon I grew up on, Brave and the Bold. That's right. A good one. And I was like, oh, you know what? We should do Batman Year One, since that's literally about Batman's first year. And it's a pretty short movie. It's only like an hour. So maybe we'll do that. And
then on my end, we're going to start Wizards of Waverly Place. Mm-hmm. This will be fun because they didn't remake it, but they did they revived the show like with them years later and stuff. So I think it'll be fun to go back to it. I might still watch.
That's another one where I remember like stuff like kind of just like in like random spots as you mentioned.
Yeah, season. I guess we'll just get through season one or just at least start it. I'd like to get to season two because I think season two is better than season one because season one's kind of typical Disney Channel sitcom type of thing. They don't really do anything like wizardry that much, so I'd like to get to a point maybe when they go to that like
that's my favorite word. It's not very wizard Owen.
Yeah, well I said wizardry, so
wizard. Oh, fucking God forbid. Owen, you're right.
Yeah,
I should just go fucking wizard myself.
But I would like to get to the point where they go to like maybe that school because that's like where that's where like most magic and stuff kind of takes place. Mm-hmm. So, and then we have technology now. You wouldn't know that from this video because we've had so many freezer points, and I'm not editing this video because it's just an update video. But but from AJ and I have upgraded a lot when it comes to editing and stuff. From when we first started doing videos, we moved on from Skype to Discord. That's a lot better and everything like that. So I was kind of thinking, we probably should go redo some of our videos. We've kind of talked about this a lot because there's some videos that we did where our technology wasn't the greatest. No, this doesn't mean we're redoing Breaking Bad. We're not redoing that. We're fine with those videos. But like, there's some videos that we did, and also too when we did some of these videos, well, I feel like we'll be in a different spot in lives and stuff. I feel like Breaking Bad, we still are gonna feel the same. I don't think we'll say anything new when it comes to that. So, but there's some videos that we did way back when that we want to go back and review again. Now that we have better quality and now that we kind of can, I'll just go through them real quick. We're gonna go back and review Glass. We reviewed Glass back in 2019 when it came out. Well, sort of. AJ didn't see the movie for like a few weeks, and I had to do it 2 weeks.
Well, that was interesting too because you've seen the two previous movies that like led up to Glass. I went into Glass blind, like I hadn't seen the previous stuff.
Yeah, so this will be interesting. And I'll be happy to do this. So we're gonna do Unbreakable, we're gonna do Split, and we're gonna do Glass. I think you'll like Unbreakable probably more than Split. But you might surprise me because Split's more horrorist and Unbreakable is kind of more sci-fi-ish, and then Glass is kind of combination of the two. So I think you'll like Unbreakable more than Split. But you might surprise me. You might like Split more. Who knows? But I think this would be fun. We haven't seen this in a while, and 2015 is the 10-year anniversary of when Split came out, so that would be kind of fun. So I don't think we doesn't need to do a guessing game because you saw Glass. You kind of know how the movie ends. So, and then going through, we're gonna do Shane again, which I actually kind of really want to do. I really like Shane a lot. That's like one of my favorite movies.
I like Shane, so I'm definitely down for that. And then the same vein as Shane, Negotiator. It's funny because the whole reason we started Negotiator was because it had like a Shane reference in it.
Right.
And then I remember that was one of the videos where we were kind of like, we weren't the proudest of that video, so I definitely want to go back to that.
I don't really remember why we're not proud of it now, too, because it's been so long.
I think we were just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I guess. It'll be fun too because we can actually go and we can watch this movie now, knowing the fact that he's gonna be we can add him to the. We can add.
Yeah, we're gonna add him to the Gary's 2 list. Yeah, true. And Bird Box, that one's gonna be interesting because I don't remember much about that movie. It's been I don't remember a lot about it, so it'll be kind of fun to go back to that.
This will be fun because too when we reviewed that movie, it was pretty big at the time. Just because.
Yeah, so now that the hype's calmed down, we'll kind of see how we feel in hindsight. Yeah.
And again, another thing I don't know if you remember, they did a past and present. I say story, but it was more scenes, so that'll be kind of fun to see.
Yeah, I remember that was a big thing of the present was kind of that in our video we mentioned you can't just cut out the present or not cut it out, but you don't have to
show it in the beginning.
Just move it to the end.
Right. So it'd be interesting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think. Was there anything else on this list that we? I can't.
Yeah. So we want to finish a couple long projects that we had. We want to finish Kiss This, and put ourselves out of our misery.
The last episode was really bad. There's a reason. I hate to tell you this, AJ. There's a reason it was nah, not because I was like, because one, I was tired one day. I'm like, it's Kiss This, but I'm tired. I'm not dealing with this shit today. And then it got to a point where I had to watch it again. I'm like, I don't really feel like watching this again, type of thing. So I was like,
yeah, I know, right? Yeah. No, we're gonna have to rewatch it at this point.
We're saving this for I think at this point we're not doing the first Kiss This review until my birthday. That's how I'm feeling.
Fair enough.
Because the episode.
Yeah, our goal is to finish Kiss, all the animated stuff for Kiss This year. Which to my horror, I knew there was a couple specials. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me look in the wiki how many there are. There was a whole other season's worth. So it's we thought we were almost done, and it's nah, bitch, you're fucking halfway through this shit.
Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember when we reviewed the show? I think it was the last episode we reviewed. I'm thinking, oh well, no, yeah, I think it was the last episode we reviewed. Or was it not the last? I don't remember, but it was the last episode we reviewed. I thought we were I thought there was 10 episodes, and then there's 13 or something. I thought there was only 10.
Yeah, I know. So for both of us, it's the goal, the finish line got moved way back.
Believe it or not, too, this will be the 10-year anniversary of when we started Kiss This.
What a fucking time to be alive! Yeah,
we did one episode. I feel like we should talk. We did one episode, and then we just fucked off with it for 10 years.
The funny thing, it's been 10 years, but yeah, we did one video, and then we waited 8 years to do the second episode.
And then we've been pretty consistent about it up until the episode. I think it's I don't remember what the episode where that girl pees on his head. We're like, okay, we need to break.
Yeah, episode 5, and then we were like, okay, now we're ashamed of watching this. We got to take a couple months off.
And then the same thing's happening with this. We didn't even do the video, but yet we're I'm taking a couple months. I'm taking a couple months off.
Yeah. This next episode's it's something.
It's a thing.
Makes us to reevaluate. Yeah, but that's our goal. Finish Kiss It.
I want to say this too. I've never seen an episode of a show that had all the characters in it, and it felt like there was a lot going on, but then nothing going on at the same time.
Yeah, that is funny about Kiss This. It's so much happens, but nothing happens at the same time. God, yeah, because there's no fucking plot. Aside from Willie getting in high school, and you already apparently spoiled yourself that he did. It's oh, okay, great, fucking oof, man, real fucking on the edge of my seat for that one.
Your prediction came true, by the way. They didn't do anything. The last episode ended on a cliffhanger. Nothing came of it the next episode, so your prediction came.
Yeah, again, the show has no plot aside from Willie kiss his sisters. Yes, unfortunately, moving on.
Well, good thing this episode we got Kita's dad showed back up again, though. That was good.
Yeah, he was only in it for 30 seconds, but he was the best part.
It's awesome.
I love that motherfucker wearing sunglasses inside at nighttime. What a Chad.
Yeah, what a great guy,
He doesn't have a name. Moving on, we want to finish Season 1 of GM Mode. This is in Tier 2, not Tier 1, because it's kind of just dependent on everybody's schedules.
Also, this might not happen because the new game comes out, and we might switch games. And not finish it in the current game.
I'm in first place, so I would like to fucking finish it.
Right. But yeah, I would like to do this. I would like to finish Season 1 and start a Season 2, even if it's for 2 weeks, just because no one's ever... My friend Chris has never seen what happens when you finish Season 1. Because I think usually on the old game when we did it, it would just end, but now it like continues into another season. So I'd like to see what you guys see what happens.
And continuing in that vein, more Let's Plays. We only did one this year or last year now. It was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So our goal is to just like do a couple more Let's Plays, because it's fun.
Yeah, nice easy video too with like we're tired or something. The main reason we didn't do it, the only reason we did that Let's Play too is we were gonna do Kiss Sis. It was that same episode where that girl peed on his head, and like my grandmother had her friends over. I'm like, yeah, we're not covering this episode today. Like,
maybe not. Yeah, so yeah. But that's it for tier 2. Now we have tier 3. This will be pretty easy to just blow through.
I want to add something to tier 2. The Ted movies, because the new season 2 of the Ted series comes out. I'd like to do the Ted like series type of thing.
All right, Ted movies. All right. You heard it here first, folks. But yeah, and then tier 3. So this is just stuff that where it's like we want to start it, but we don't really have any goals of like where we're gonna get in it, And it's kind of like if we don't get to it, it's fine. A lot of movie picks I added. I even texted Owen like, by the way, Owen, I'm adding like fucking a million things to tier 3 because I just thought of a lot of movies I would like to start.
Same.
Because we didn't do a lot of movies in 2024, so I would like to do more this year for sure.
I will say this: I have been thinking of movies I want to review, but I didn't have a chance to make a list just because I was traveling.
Yeah. So a lot of these movies that I'm going to list off are my picks, and Owen will probably add more of his picks later.
I might just say a few, and if we get to them, we get to them, type of thing.
Yeah, sure. But before we get to the movies, let's go over some of the shows we would like to start. Game of Thrones. Again, not a really specific point. I think season 1, like the end of that, because season 1's pretty short. But like again, we're not really specific on the goals for that. Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, Mr. Meaty. That shit creeped me the fuck out as a kid.
Right.
That's kind of in that same vein of Riverdale, where it's like, man, what drugs were the writers on for that one? And then a couple of your picks for movies, I think, or shows, I don't know what. Yellowstone, Smile, Homeward Bound, and Shock Street.
Yeah, so going through this, Game of Thrones, AJ and I have talked about this. We want to do one show that we both haven't seen at all, and it's pretty popular. Game of Thrones used to be that, but, obviously I hear the last season didn't end very well, but I heard, like, the early seasons of the show is really good. So we want to do Game of Thrones Season 1. Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents we grew up on as a kid. We want to do those, so that way we're doing all the 4 shows and like the Nicktoons universe.
The 4 Nicktoons, yeah.
Jimmy Neutron, the goal would be maybe just do the first movie if we can, but if we can get further, that'd be great. And then Fairly Odd Parents, I don't really know. Like, I'd like to do maybe Season 1 because it's very short. I don't think there's a way to do this. I'd still like to do that shitty live action they did a couple years ago, but I don't think we can because they took.
I'm sure we can find it online somewhere.
Yeah, but it was so shit they took it off Paramount Plus. So,
yeah.
And then Mr. Meaty will be fun, just because again AJ hated it. I didn't love it, but like I feel like this is gonna sound weird. My love from it came from how much you hated it, if that makes sense.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like you would put it on as a kid just to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, same with Goosebumps. Goosebumps used to scare me, and you were like fucking insistent that we watch Goosebumps. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm scared. And it's like, and it's almost like I was 4.
That one wasn't me being an asshole though. I was like, for some reason I thought, okay, this episode isn't that bad. It's not that like I was thinking that. I feel like one episode. We found the one episode you weren't scared of at the end, and we were like happy about it.
Yeah.
But I want to.
Yeah. Well, again, I think it's funny. I think you would often forget I was like 4 or 5. Like I was scared of everything.
Right. And then Mr. Meaty though was like my pleasure of torturing you though. That was.
That one. But it's funny. I'm sure like going back to Goosebumps now would be fun because like I'm 24. It'd be a little weird if I was scared of it now.
I would hope you're not scared of it now.
I know, right? Like I call you crying, like, and Goosebumps scared me.
And then,
imagine that. I've been to autopsies. I've held people. I've like touched dead people, but fucking Goosebumps scares me.
And then Yellowstone will be fun, just because it's like a country western thing. This would be a fun one to do too, just because I used to think it was like set in the old times, but it's like set current. So like I like westerns. but like I've never seen really a Western before that's set current day. I say current day, but I think the show came out in like 2017, but you know what I mean. So,
yeah, Westerns will be fun. I think I told you, like, Westerns and, like, sword and sandal movies are something I've been getting into lately. So I'm down for that.
I'm going to continue, and I'll talk about the next couple things. I think the next things are mine, so... Smile. Yeah. I watched the 2 Smile movies last year. I know they're making a third one. I don't think it will get... I would hope it doesn't come out this year. I'd like it to, but I would rather them take their time than like rush it. But I would like to review the first. They're both on Paramount. Well, yeah, they're both on Paramount Plus, so it should be easy to watch. I think one's on Hulu and one's on Paramount Plus. This one's fun because it's a lot of it's psychological type of thing, and it is a horror movie. This one I could see you getting scared of because it scared me, but a little bit this year, but I still liked it and everything like that.
Yeah.
So maybe, and you know, if you don't really watch a lot of horror things, maybe this isn't the best thing to have you watch, but we'll see. Maybe you'll like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned like Hill House or something like a couple years ago, and then you like never mentioned it.
I think the hype for it died down, and then we just didn't do it. But
okay,
we have too much stuff on the list now too. So
yeah, maybe next year.
But yeah, Smile would be fun, I think, to do. That might get moved up to tier 2 if we find out that it comes out next year. But we'll see. Because there's only 2 movies, so I think that's totally manageable. So, and then Homeward Bound. This is a movie that my sister and I watched when I was younger. It's like an animal movie. It's about animals that get lost and like have to. Well, they don't get lost. You'll kind of like this because it's a road trip movie. I say road trip because it's also animals, so like in the wild, so it's kind of a road trip. Yeah. The Homeward Bound actually comes from like the original movie, The Incredible Journey. So I feel like we'll do The Incredible Journey first, and then the 2 Homeward Bound movies. So I think that would be fun. We just have to find them. And then Shark Street. This was written by the same guy that wrote Goosebumps. It's on Netflix. They did like a 3 series of this. They're all movies. And it's kind of cool because it shows like the same story kind of going on in like different timelines type of thing. So this is pretty cool. I'll admit, I think the first one I didn't like that much. Mainly because I just watched like one of the best episodes of Avatar, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I feel like too when you watch Avatar and then try to watch something else that you don't know about, you're like,
it falls short in comparison. Yeah.
Because I thought it's like one of the best Avatar. I think I watched like the end of season 2, so I'm like, okay, you probably shouldn't have watched Avatar first. So,
yeah, damn, that's like the best episode of the show, man. Yeah, you really fucked it up.
Yeah, but like I like the other 2, but the first one I might like better because, But I think this would be cool because I would like to do Goosebumps first and then this, just because written by the same person. So
yeah,
and then the next things are both our pick. First is Halloween. We want to try to do something Halloween themed. We never do it. Well, I say we never do anything Halloween themed. I'm pretty sure we reviewed that Yellow Jackets episode, but I don't even think it was. I think it was like a month before Halloween, so I don't even think that counts.
Yeah.
But I like to do the Michael Myers Halloween movies. I did those back in 2017 by myself for the first time watching them through. And it'll be interesting to see how you like them. I don't know if you'll like them all. I'll admit I don't even like them all. There's some that are shit. Like the Rob Zombie ones are real bad. But maybe you'll like them. Maybe you'll like the Rob Zombie ones, You might like 4 through 6. You might like the first 2. You might like,
I feel like this is me when I was talking about like the Disney Star Wars movies, where I'm like, Owen, you might like them. I'd be very surprised if you did because they're fucking shit. But who knows?
If you like the Rob Zombie like Halloween ones, I'd be very surprised. Maybe the first one I wouldn't really, but the second one to be like, yeah. I will tell you this: the second Rob Zombie one has like a cult following. Like everyone, like there's a cult that like likes it a lot. So like, I am gonna assume you're a part of that cult, AJ. If you like that movie,
yeah,
I'll sign you up for the fan page. I'll even fill it out for you. So
there you go. I'll join the fan club. Yeah.
But there's another Halloween movie series that we might not do this one this year. We might if we can't get to it. But what's the other Halloween movie series that's your pick?
Okay. Wait, you mean Halloween Town or Evil Dead? Both, I guess.
Let's talk about Halloween Town because it has the
Okay.
name and the title. So
Yeah, Halloween Town. Well, I didn't know if you meant Evil Dead because Sam Raimi did Evil Dead and Spider Man, so I was like, oh, that's cool.
well, Evil Dead's a mutual, so Halloween Town just.
Oh yeah, true, true, true. Okay, yeah. Halloween Town.
Damn it! You
These
ruined
four
my
movies.
transition, AJ.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, it's almost like you did it to me. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
But
we did
Halloween
this one,
Town.
we did this one with like a vengeance, like worse than mine type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Halloween Town. These four movies. I remember. I don't even love these movies. I just remember watching them a lot as a kid. And from what I remember, like the first one's pretty good, and then like the third one's okay, and then like 2 and 4 are shit. But it'll just kind of be fun to like go back. Who knows? They may all be shit, or they may all be good. Who knows?
I feel like the first one will hold up, but I don't know how the others will be. I've seen bits of 2, where it's like a gray spell, which is like weird, which is kind of weird because it's just a movie in black. Like some people just like went back to the old days of black and white type of thing, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, and then the third one, I don't remember. I remember this one where like they like try to like get like magical beings to go into to transition in society or something. I don't remember exactly the plot, but that's like one of them.
Yeah, I think that's Halloween. Yeah. So the third one's Halloween Town High, and then the fourth one is like Halloween Town University or something.
One funny thing I remember about that is like the fourth one, they didn't bring back like the original.
Yeah, they like recasted her. Yeah,
And there's no reason for it. They just didn't bring her back. Like she was available.
Yeah, she was like confused that they didn't bring her back. Like they just like didn't tell her.
So that's pretty funny. I can't I want to do that one just to mainly for the behind the scenes of like what the fuck happened. Like why did she not come back?
Yeah.
Like
what's funny is the actress for the main actress for the first 3 movies. She ended up marrying the villain of the second movie.
Okay, I don't think I actually saw the villain, so that's cool.
Okay.
Like
so,
I just know.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually saw the villain. I just know like what he did, type of thing. That villain in the second movie must really like black and white movies. He's doing a gray spell on everybody. So.
Yeah.
I just want to do the first one just for the behind the scenes though, just to see why the hell they didn't recast the first girl, or why they did recast the first girl. Like,
yeah, man, Disney did a lot of like movies, like like kind of standalone movies. Like I remember there was like the 13th Year, which was like the kid who becomes a mermaid, or like Disney did a lot of like home movies, and it'd be kind of fun to like go back and do those, especially the Halloween Town movies, because again, they're like Halloween Town, they're Halloween themed.
Right. I guess
speaking of Halloween, Evil Dead.
I'll add this to tier 3. One big goal of mine is to do like reviews centered around holidays. So try to find something to review around It's probably gonna be Yellow Jackets. We do the Valentine's Day thing because it comes out on Valentine's Day. It won't be on Valentine's Day probably. It'll be the next day. But you get my point. I like to do something related to Christmas, so I'd like to review like the first Home Alone, and then you'll pick a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Something.
Die Hard.
Sure, it's a quick. And then there's like a St. Patrick's Day that's like Disney themed type of thing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah. There was like Luck of the Irish or something.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the name of the movie, but it's like basketball and he's like becoming a leprechaun or something.
Yeah, I like that one. I remember there's a Disney Channel movie that was made. It's really weird. It's like about race and stuff. It's like Living Colors, I think it's called. I'd like to do that one because it's really weird that that's a kid movie type of thing.
Yeah, but yeah. So kind of Halloween Town is like our Disney movie pick, and hopefully that'll like transition us into like other like Disney movies.
Right.
Or like not Disney movies, as in like the big budget movie theater ones, like the kind of shitty low budget on Disney Channel TV movies.
I feel like Halloween Town, the first one at least, probably made it into theaters though. That seems pretty popular.
I think it was just TV. I don't think it was on. I don't think it's theaters.
We'll find out.
Yeah, but going into more Halloween stuff. Evil Dead. It's just fun because again, I haven't seen these movies. I saw like bits of the third one.
Right.
So it'll be kind of, and like I said, I like Sam Raimi. He's a good director, so I'm looking forward to. And I know a bit about Ash. Like he's got the chainsaw hand, so that'll be really cool to kind of like see these movies in full.
Especially, I haven't seen the original yet, so I like to watch the original. So
yeah,
I've seen like the newest one, and I saw like the one back in 2013. So I want to do these movies. So
yeah, I mean these movies are like iconic horror movies, so I think it would just be good to go back and do it because it's so iconic.
I think it's like the first, other than like but it's like it like popularized like not the slasher part, but like about like demons like taking over people and everything like that
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing. I know I can't think of the name of it, but it's like a really old one that did that, but like this one like popularized it type of thing. So I like to do those.
Yeah. And kind of going into some of my movie picks, Indiana Jones, because I just he's those are fucking cool movies. The first three, the fourth one's like whatever, and from what I've heard, the fifth one's pretty shit. Um, Again, it's kind of just like if we get to it, cool. Like I'd like to at least get to the first one. Um, James Bond. I haven't seen any James Bond movies, but they're just really iconic, like spy movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of cool how like there's different James Bond eras.
Right.
Like I don't know if you know that, Owen. There's 7 different James Bond actors.
I only know the name, so I know it's an action movie. I don't know anything about it, so
Yeah, I'm just saying it's got like different eras. Like there's like Roger Moore James Bond and George Clooney James Bond. Like there's different eras of it. So cool to like kind of that'll be a fun one to compare and contrast amongst each other. And again, I haven't seen any of them, but it'd just be cool to get to it because I haven't seen many spy movies. And then the kind of iconic not horror movie, monster movies, Godzilla and King Kong, because there's fucking a million of those movies, so it'd be cool to like kind of start those.
Right.
And those are ones where they've been around forever. They've been around for almost 100 years, so it'll be kind of cool to just like see how they evolve over time. And Mad Max, there's 4 of those movies, so it's just cool to watch Mad Max. I like Mad Max movies; they're fun.
I think I saw one of them for like one of my classes in school, and I didn't know what was going on because we watched it like in the middle of it. I think it was Mad Max Fury Road, and like I didn't really know what the hell was happening.
Yeah, that's like the news because they made the first 3 back in like the 80s, and then they made like the 4th one like when I was like a teenager.
And that movie came out like it's clearly a sequel, but I had to watch it for class, but I had no clue what was happening.
Well, it's pretty standalone. Like they recast Max because obviously the old Max was like older.
Oh, got it. So, oh, I felt like that movie. I was supposed to know more than than just that movie. So I was like, this...
Oh no. Sorry. Wait, Fury. Yeah. Fury Road is the 4th one.
Yeah, it feels like it was supposed to know. Like I hadn't seen any of them other than that one, but I had to watch that. It's not like I had to watch that movie.
Well, Fury Road is the first one I saw too. Like again, it's kind of like it's its own thing. Like it's technically a sequel, but like you don't really. All the Mad Max movies are kind of like standalone. Like you don't really need to watch the others.
Right.
But yeah. So just to go over again my movie picks, where hopefully we get to them: James Bond, Indiana Jones, Mad Max, Godzilla, and King Kong. And then, if you end up liking Batman Year One and the Spider-Man trilogy, be nice to do other Batman and Spider-Man stuff. Batman Brave and the Bold. You've seen a bit of that cartoon. Spectacular Spider-Man, which is Spider-Man when he's like in high school. I watched that one a lot as a kid. And also Spider-Man the Animated Series from the 90s. That one's cool because it's like him in like college. And you see him like as an adult, he gets married. And, it's just kind of cool seeing like adult Spider-Man. And also there's some bad Spider-Man stuff. Or not bad, but where it's like really obscure. Like the Spider-Man show from the 70s. It's like live action. It's only like 12 episodes. And the Japanese Spider-Man show, which I shit you not, Owen, inspired Power Rangers. So if there wasn't Japanese Spider-Man, we wouldn't have Power Rangers.
I assume that's not a good thing.
No, I think it's cool. Like I from what I've heard, it's like just ridiculous and over the top.
Oh, got it.
Like he apparently pilots a giant robot. Like it's just like ridiculous.
Got it.
But like in a good way. I haven't seen it, but it'd just be cool to do it. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like to watch the first movie that came out for that. And then maybe one of the TV shows if you like it. And also Adventure Time. That'd be cool to just watch that because you know a bit about it. That's another one where it's kind of cool. You see the main character like growing up throughout the show. Like he starts off, he's like 12. And I think he's like 17, 18 when it ends.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, stuff on my end, more movie stuff. Again, I didn't get to make a lot of lists, but I wrote some down. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. That would be kind of cool to do. If we don't get to it, we don't get to it. Because, again, Halloween's going to take us a while to do. But those ones...
Everything in tier 3 is kind of like, if we get to it, we get to it. Like,
Yeah.
we're not like, we don't really have a set goal for it.
You know, I'd like to go back, because there's some movies I reviewed way back in the day, like Dumb and Dumber. That's pretty old, so I'd like to go back and review that. Some movies I watched in some of my movie catalysts, like My Neighbor Totoro. I liked that movie a lot. And then, you know, I think I watched Lucas as a kid. I think you like that one. And then, you know, we did mention Phineas and Ferb. That's probably in tier 2. We'd like to start that. Especially because it's going to be 10 years since it ended this year, so that'd be cool to finally start it.
Well, because Phineas and Ferb is included in the guessing game, so I would definitely like to at least start Phineas and Ferb.
I know we didn't mention it at all in this video, so I want to make sure we mention it.
So. Okay, well, I thought we included it in the guessing games, but yeah.
But
so we're going to do a guessing game for Phineas and Ferb, and then hopefully start Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah. And, you know, I just... if I ever think, again, I didn't really get to make a list of movies I wanted to review. I just been like thinking about them. But you know, if we get to it, we get to it. If we don't, we don't. Some of these movies we could just pull out of thin air and just decide, hey, do you want to review it, type of thing. Like Inception.
Oh yeah, of course. Like a lot of the movie series I listed are like, you know, just that series. But like, I'm sure I'll probably think of a movie where it's like, hey, I want to watch this. Like Troy is a great movie. Where I'm like, hey, you know, it's kind of its own thing. I'd like to review Troy. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, there's some movies I did on this channel, like way back when, that I reviewed back then, and you know, I'd like to go back and re-review it because I can.
Or who knows? You know, we're doing Ways to Waverly Place. Maybe we'll review Harry Potter or something. You know.
Right.
So again, this list isn't like a definitive thing. It is subject to change. We'll add stuff. We'll take stuff out.
I mean, more so tier 3. Tier 1 and 2, I think, are pretty
consistent, yeah. But again, for tier 3, it'd be nice if we at least start, you know, most of the stuff in tier 3.
The biggest thing we want is to, like, you know, because last year it got to a point where we had to buckle down and finally decide, like, okay, we got to focus on one thing. We want to try to jump around more and not just review one thing. Because as you saw when we did that with Yellow Jackets, we took a pretty long break from it. So it'd be nice for a change if we can have like jump around a little bit more and diversify, you know.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to, you know, like again, I feel like a lot of the stuff in tier 1 won't take too long. Yellow Jackets and Red vs. Blue, we should be like caught up to our goals, like, you know, within the next month. And then you know, Better Call Saul is only one season that we're doing this year that we planned on. Death Note stuff shouldn't take too long. And yeah, you know, so hopefully, I think we've made our goals this year more reasonable than last year.
Or just any year. Any year.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we've made reasonable goals. Again, we have a lot on our list, but a lot of it is like, yeah, you know, it shouldn't take too long if we buckle down on it.
Yeah, especially too. The biggest thing is we're both working this time around, but I don't think that's going to be an issue because it seems like we have reasonable work hours. And then I'm doing my wrestling channel, but I think that will be reasonable because you know, I think I can schedule that pretty evenly. So I'm looking forward to it, type of thing. So, and again, you know, we'll just try to record something every day. Mainly me, no matter what it is, whether that's a non-wrestling video, a wrestling video. It'll be a Let's Play. You know, I think I'm looking forward to seeing what 25 has to bring for both channels overall, and everything like that. So,
but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You know, again, we'll see you soon for catching up on Yellow Jackets and Red vs. Blue seasons 9 and 10. Those are our main goals for January. So look forward to that.
Yeah, look forward to this channel. We have a lot. We have a lot planned, as you heard.
Yeah.